Hello there, welcome back to Thriving Generation with Dr. G. It's another exciting day and a good day for us to thrive. I am super excited, like always, but today is a different day. I have some guests with me, awesome thriving mamas, and we are excited to share our experiences with you all. So don't go anywhere, stay with us to the very end. And I'll just say that if you enjoy what we do here, please subscribe, like, and share the video with someone too. Please, let's go ahead and meet our guests for today. Let's start with YASME. YASME, you are not new to the channel, so go ahead and introduce yourself to the Thriving Generation.
Okay, so my name is YASME Asamani Dankwa. By virtue of marriage, I am now YASME Ajimambwati. I am from a family of 4. I have a kid sister. And then I'm married to an amazing young man, and we have 2 boys at the moment. They are 4 and 2 years. I have a first degree in economics and French from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. At the moment, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I also do YouTube. I'm also a script writer, and what's it called? I do business on the side, so anything that moves, mostly, yeah. I also do that. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. That's lovely. AC, could you please introduce yourself to the Thriving Generation?
Okay, so my name is AC Joestala, and I am an administrator in higher education. And then I am also a YouTuber. So my YouTube channel name is Winging It with AC, and I share my life as a mom, as a first-time mom in Ghana. And then I also have so that's like content creation. And then, yeah, my background basically has been in hospitality management, but now I'm working in administration and higher education. I'm married to a wonderful, wonderful gentleman, and then I have one little human by name Steram who owns my channel, because without his existence, I wouldn't have the channel. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
That's amazing. Thank you both for sharing. So today we are gathered here because we are all into YouTube content creation, but we are on different levels. So we are going to go around and share how long we've been in this content creation. So starting with me, I just started in October 2020. Yeah, so a few months into it. Yasmin, how about you? How long have you been?
2020 or 2021?
Okay, so we are
Hey, 2021.
Hey, I was also confused.
2021. Yes,
Yeah.
very right. Thank you.
Okay, so I started in July 2020. Yes,
Okay.
so I'm about a year and a half, yes, on YouTube.
And then I started June 2020, 1st June 2020.
Okay, let's make this fun conversation. Let's talk about the motivation. Why did you start? Essie, maybe you can go first. Why did you start YouTube?
So basically one day, just one random day, like 2 weeks before I actually started the channel, I was watching a Nigerian YouTuber's channel, Dima Ume, and she was sharing her experience, like starting the YouTube, what her parents' reaction was, her earnings and all of that. And then I, like, right literally after the video, I was like, why don't I start a YouTube channel? So at the time I was thinking about it in terms of the monetization, in terms of it being another stream of income. So right then I made up my mind. I was like, no, I need to start a YouTube channel. So I have a colleague and friend who already has a YouTube channel, and she talks about stuff with concerning University of Ghana. So she's like a campus YouTuber. So I called her. She's called Nancy. I called Nancy. I was like, Nancy, I want to start a YouTube channel. She's like, you should do it. And then I was like, but I'm not sure what it would be about, even though it had already occurred to me that I should share my experiences, like being a first-time mom, because I had so much to say to my fellow friends who were also new moms. So that was exactly what she came up with. And then I was like, okay, then I guess that's the direction I'm going to go. So I got really excited about it. I was like, okay, I need to come up with a name. And then I told my husband, he was like, yeah, you can do it.
Wow.
So that's, I should say, my motivation. So in the end, the monetization came down to motivation number 2. So my main motivation was to be able to share my experiences. Because like I've said to so many other people, when I was pregnant with Sairam, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. I've always loved watching YouTube videos, but initially I used to watch it for like the tutorials, like natural hair care, makeup. I really love watching makeup videos. So that was what I was doing. But then when I got pregnant with him, I loved watching videos of pregnant women where they've gotten to in their journey, what they did that worked, or like it was just nice to watch them, honest, But then I wasn't finding anything from Ghanaians. Like, I think it was Abna Love, but she lives in Australia. And her channel wasn't like motherhood specific, if I should put it that way. And then on Instagram, we had Talkative Mom at the time. So I was like, well, then that also gives me the opportunity to also start that, so that later on in the future, when there's a first time mom who's trying to watch all they can about motherhood, about pregnancy, and they live in Ghana and they really want something more relatable, then, well, my channel is there. So there's all of the talk about breastfeeding and child care support. Breastfeeding was like a big thing to me because like once I went through the experience, I really wanted to be able to help others with some of the tips I learned from watching a million YouTube videos. As well as breastfeeding, I was just using my parents' data. I was staying with my parents. I was just watching video after video, how to pump, how to stop breast milk, this, that. Like there was a lot of them, but then you don't have like relatable information when it comes to Ghana. So at least when I'm doing my video, I can see that I bought this from China Mall, I bought this from Palace Mall, like something that even though I want to reach a wider audience out of Ghana, but at least like my focus is helping Ghanaian mothers, or let's say African mothers, for just to have that relatable content, if I should put it out. So that's my main.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very, very interesting. So for me, I got to a point where I thought I needed more with my life. I call it success journey. I wanted to do more. But where I learned my information from has always been foreigners. I wasn't finding Ghanaians who are teaching other Ghanaians how to be successful. It's like, I know people. I mean, after I got to this level in my life, I know people who are doing very, very well, but they don't share. Or at least I don't know the platform where they share. I mean, this person, oh, this person is an engineer. This is this, that. How did they get there? Sometimes they'll tell you by the grace of God. But the other steps that they took, the challenges and the successes, they don't share. So I thought, how about we create a platform where we will share with people? But you know how it always starts. How about somebody creates a platform and share these things? I realized, who is that somebody? I mean, was very intimidated, but I knew that I had to do. If I'm going to tell people to take steps and then achieve their goals, then I better do it myself. So I gathered courage and started October 2021. But it took a lot of thinking process. I just didn't decide and start it. I was like, should I not? Oh, what will happen? What should that? Because of my other professional life, I'm a professor in a higher institution, so I wasn't sure about conflict of interest. I wasn't sure if I can teach some of the stuff that I am already teaching and all that. So I made sure I checked with my head, filled the conflict of interest form, what to make sure I'm cleared before I confidently started the YouTube channel. So that is my
But
journey.
you're here now, so
I am
little
here
by
now.
little.
How many months? Maybe 4 months into it. October, November, December, January, February. 4 months. Yeah. Oh, Yasmin is back. Yeah, back.
Oh, I was beginning to wonder. It was from me.
You went off for a moment.
Okay.
But you're back. Okay, let's go on. How about let's talk about our fears. Did you have fears? Any of you I did. I was afraid of what people will say. I was very, very intimidated. Somebody would think you're a professor, you're already teaching. But really, I thought, YouTube, I'm just going to put myself out there. And before this, I would hardly even post a picture anywhere. I mean, among my friends, I was the one that you hardly get anything from. So it's actually out of my comfort zone. So how about you guys? Any fears, any challenges when you were starting?
Okay, so I don't think I had, I'm not sure, but like once I decided I wanted to do it, I was like, let me just get started now so that it doesn't vanish, like it doesn't leave my system. So I felt like a great motivation, So then now I was like, now I need to think of a name. I need to think of a name. And then I just kept thinking, I was like, ringing is my husband was like, let's think about it for a while. But I was like, I'm not thinking about anything. That is what we are going with because we don't know this motherhood thing. So we are winging it.
Yeah.
And so I think my fear came from opening up for some strange reason, opening up my Instagram account because I was like, once I have a YouTube, I should be more active. I was already kind of active on Instagram, but of course I had a private account. There was only people I knew that were following me and I was following them. And so shortly before I launched the channel, I had an interview with Dromo Babe. They're on Instagram, they're in Ghana, and they started a channel, a page where they interview moms about their experience when it comes to pregnancy and motherhood in general, which has been so helpful to a lot of Ghanaian moms. So I was privileged to be among the first few who were interviewed. So when the interview aired, I noticed that I got a lot of follow requests on Instagram, but I just left them there because I was like, I don't know any of you, so why should I allow you to follow me? But then when I realized that, okay, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to be out there, then I have to be out there on Instagram to reach more people. And so the day that I was switching from private to public account, I was a little hesitant. I was like, am I sure? For some reason, the YouTube, I was certain about it, but and it just doesn't make sense when you actually think about it because YouTube is public. The same with the Instagram, but I just had a bit more of a fear opening up my Instagram account to all and sundry to be able to follow me, whether I knew you or not. I wasn't bothered about the YouTube channel. So I'll say that was like my only fear. But other than that, I just went in head on and just started recording videos and learning how to edit and upload it. So I'll say that in starting, that was basically my only fear.
Okay. Yasmine, how about you? Did you have any?
I think so. So I think like you, I was thinking about the fact that I'll be out there, like I'm going to throw myself out there to people. Like, for example, I do sit down videos once in a while. So what if that maybe I didn't see you, that there's some pimple on my forehead, now it becomes a topic for discussion. Like all these things used to bother me. Usually I'm not somebody who would care about what people said about me or anything like that. But I think it's because I put myself out there. Like, you know how people lash or backlash celebrities for sort of like saying, oh, you've won a red jumpsuit. Why are you in a red jumpsuit? And then the celebrity comes to like say, hey, is it not my dress? But they will say, hey, you put yourself out there, so you've allowed these criticisms.
Yeah.
So I was in that space thinking that, hey, if somebody says something to me, it will pain me. But I think gradually I got to know that that's how the social media spaces or the YouTube spaces. So, I mean, whatever people say, sometimes they mean well, but they don't really know how to put it across to you. So I just let things go. I mean, whatever you say, I just move on. I just do what I want to do on the channel. Unless, of course, there's an input I feel like, oh, this is great for my channel growth or something like that. But apart from that, at the moment, I don't think that's fearful or like something like that, fearful space anymore. Yeah.
But Grace, Yasmi, I think because we lost Yasmi, she didn't tell us like her motivation for starting her channel.
Oh, yeah. Share with us your motivation.
Okay, so you confused me at the beginning with your year. So okay, let me calculate. We are in 2022. Okay, so in 2020 of July, I was like, I wanted to start, but then I wasn't sure. It was at the back of my mind because my second son then was going to start eating like solid food. So I was like, should I or should I not share? But then I have a group of moms. We have a WhatsApp group we have a WhatsApp group. So they used to sort of push me to share the baby food recipes. Because if you can remember, when we're in the lockdown, we're just doing Adidas, like we eat and sleep, eat and sleep. And I used to share recipes, like not recipes, but like pictures of food that we're eating at home. And they were like, hey, that's me, the way you like cooking, dear, you should have a channel. So I just, when my second son was about to start eating, I was like, okay, then let me just put all together. Initially, my aim was just baby and toddler food. But of course, the kids grew up and I wasn't going to get anybody to feed the baby food to. So I was like, okay, let me incorporate family dishes as well. Because we eat together as a family anyway. So from there, progress. And then I spoke to my husband about it also, including the sit down video topics. And then we all, talked about it, agreed on what to discuss and what not to discuss. And of course, I'm not a medical practitioner. So as much as possible, that I have to be careful about the things I put out there for people to try on their kids. So I also took that into consideration. So almost every time when I'm recording a video, I tell people that this is from my personal experience. It's not as if I'm a doctor. So if you want to try it out with your kids, maybe, or it's better to seek medical advice first, professional medical advice. So and the push came from there, and then gradually we are still in the YouTube space.
Mm, mm. That's amazing. That's really amazing. So talking about comments, I'm sure people are also worried about that. People are really intimidated by that. Have you received any comment that you felt, wow, this is very beneficial? And then in the same way, have you received a comment that you thought, this is so nonsense?
When we started, I just remember something. Some time ago, I did a sit-down video. I think it was about 7 minutes long. I don't remember the topic, but if I quite remember, of course, I was talking about child food and nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I posted the video on one of the Facebook groups, one lady was like, hey, can we just not go to Google and find out this thing and read it in 2 minutes?
Oh.
So go and read it in 2 minutes and don't.
Madam, please, thank you for your input. But unfortunately, because I was talking, of course, I have to include my experiences and stuff. So it cannot be a 2 minute long video. So of course, you can go to Google and go and read it. And people were like, oh, I answered her nicely. And then I was like, what will I do? The person is in their house. Will I go and beat them? But of course, people are very encouraging on the other hand.
Yeah.
Some people don't even necessarily leave the comments under the videos, but then you get these WhatsApp messages or messages on Instagram or Facebook, and they are like, oh, okay, so I'm not doing bad after all and stuff like that. And people actually mean well for you. So they can even send you, oh, today the audio was really low. So can you do something about it? Maybe the background music was too loud. Those are very like well-meaning people. So that's like, I feel like those are very welcome. Yeah.
Okay. Issy, how about you?
Okay, so for me, I've had a few not correct comments. I remember one when I went to do the video about my parents were selling their house, and so I went with another YouTuber, Abna Boatima, and somebody came and left some nonsense comments. I was like, what was the problem? And I just left. I think I left either that or somebody else went to respond to the person, So sometimes such comments, the person will say something about, I'm not being serious because I'm laughing too much or something. I was like,
Hey.
what's the problem? And I was like, this is not like a formal video or something. But funny enough, in recent times, when I see certain negative comments on people's videos, I ask myself, how would I react to this? Would I delete it? Or would I just keep it and just not respond to it, just let it there, or will I heart it to confuse the person? Like if you knew that the comments you've written no, so it sends no day. You know, there's no love or anything in it, and the person comes to heart it, but doesn't say anything. I feel like that would be confusing because then you're like, it's that you agree with what I've said, or you know, or you didn't read what I wrote. You're just going through and just having the comment, like just put a little confusion in the person's mind. But if the person is just downright being insulting, I will delete you, and I love the feature that YouTube has where you can hide the person from the channel. So the person can be commenting for 1,000 hate comments. Nobody on the channel will see it. They're commenting to themselves. So I love that feature. I'm yet to use it though, but I know that the higher you go, the more you find these people finding your channel, and then that's when that would. But like Yasmi was saying, I've had a lot of positive feedback also from people who don't comment publicly on the videos, but would send me a WhatsApp for those who are close to me, or a DM, sometimes total strangers that I don't know who they were. And then they would message me and say, oh, they really love my vlogs. Somebody say, oh, I really love your vlogs. I'm not a mother, I'm not even married, but I enjoy watching your vlogs, like your day-to-day vlogs and like what you do and everything. So that motivates me to keep making the vlogs, even though they're hard to do the vlogs, you know. Or somebody say, oh, I really enjoyed this video. Can you do more of this or that? So it's like when I get such comments, it really like warm my heart. Those comments about my YouTube channel, the things that I do there, and then also on my Instagram channel, some of the videos that I post, especially the snack videos. I didn't expect to get as much positive feedback as I've been getting concerning those snack reels I've been making. I did 1 or 2, and then people are like, oh, they really like them, I should continue. And then I keep getting DMs, you know, like, oh, where did you buy this? I really like it. Giving me ideas, keep it up. People send me pictures of what they've packed for their kids based on the fact that they've watched my reels. So that's very encouraging and motivating. So of course I have to get a bit more creative with this voice black box, because I'm trying to give other people more ideas of what they can incorporate into their kids snack box. So I haven't had so many negative comments. I just remembered one. I posted something about breastfeeding on my Instagram, and then some people from nowhere, they're not even Ghanaian. Like I guess the hashtags, people actually do search up hashtags, and then she tagged her friend and said something about come and see this one. Or like that was basically what, and I was like, who are these? And then the other one also came to comment something like making it sound like I don't get sense. I just deleted their comments and continue with my life. So I guess people don't agree with deleting comments, but if it's going to mess with your headspace and you keep thinking about saying, like, let me go and say this, let me go and say that, just delete it. You can't do anything.
I see. Talking about comments and feedback, I don't know if any of you do this, do you let people review your videos before you post, or you are at a point where you just post them, you record and you edit, you post? I mean, both of you mentioned that your husbands are involved. So do you go like, honey, come here, look at this one. Is it okay to post it?
No. To be honest, I prefer my husband watching from my channel first. So sometimes I cook something at home. He has no idea, because sometimes I experiment. So I just put some stuff together and then, oh, it's a nice meal. And then, of course, I recorded it, so I share it. So he has no idea how I put it together. So once I post the video, he gets the notification, he watches it, he says, hey, mommy, this is how you did it. This is how, okay, then that's fine. I never, even with the sit-down videos, I never ask him, do you think if I say this is all right? Of course, if the video comes out and he doesn't approve of anything I say, he'll tell me. But I never let him watch any of my videos before I publish them on YouTube.
Okay.
I think for me, I'll say 95% of the time, I finish editing straight away, I upload and put it in private and then do whatever I have to do later. There are very few times where I've asked my husband to watch the video for me after editing before I save it. Most of the time it's a vlog, and maybe I'm like, is it okay if this shows, or is it okay, something just not too major, not you get my drift. But most of the time I just edit, upload, and then he watches it. Sometimes when I'm editing it, he's near me, so he can hear everything I'm saying. He's like, hey, you really did that, or you did that. This is what you are saying. You know, kind of like just commentary in the background and stuff like that. But unless it's something I'm not sure, maybe something I said or I showed in a vlog and I'm like, I'm not sure, like I'll have him come and take a look at it and like, oh, it's fine or something. But not that I want you to review the whole video, every video. Now I'm there already. Now I need a motivation to edit. It's not now that
So clearly you both edit on your own, like you don't have a special editor, you don't pay for editing. I know that is also one step that people think about. How am I going to do it? How am I going to edit it? So let's talk about what goes into making a video complete. So maybe we will start with whoever wants to go first. When you want to record, what's the process? And then before it gets out there for us to watch.
Okay, so for me, when I started my channel, I was mainly doing sit-down videos. So I watched a number of videos from Kelechi. She's a Nigerian YouTuber. And that is how I met YASME. I met her under one, like, I think it was a video where Kelechi was like, you should drop your channel name, like what you do on your channel. And I think where you're from or something. Then I was going to the comments and I saw YASME's comment. I was like, that's a channel I should connect with. So I think I commented back, and then I subscribed to her channel. I started watching her videos and giving comments, and here we are today.
Can you imagine?
Yes. So when it comes to my production, if I should put it that way, with my sit-down videos, I had a whole background, not necessarily set up. One, if I show you people where I've been setting up that background, they'd be like, hey. But I bought a few years of materials. So whenever I wanted to shoot a video, I would set it up. And then my husband is always into the technical details. So even when I was about to start, he was like, you need to get a ring light. You need to get this. The lighting has to be on point. The sound, I was like, boss, let me just record it and go. You know, so my first these videos, I couldn't be bothered, but he bought the ring light, he bought the microphone. So if he's home, and at that time it was 2020, so he was working from home. So whenever I wanted to record a video, most of the time he was home. So he'll come and check the light. No, it's too bright. He'll bring it down like production manager. Then I sit down, I record the video. So there are times where I think when he wasn't home and I'll record a video and he looks at me, he's like, no, the light was too dark. And I said, boss, I'm uploading it. So he is more of the very technical person, and I'm like, let me just keep going. Otherwise, this thing will slow down. So once I finish doing that, then I go ahead. I love to edit on my laptop. I've never edited any of my YouTube videos on my phone.
Okay.
Just because it's more convenient on a laptop. I like the bigger screen and all of that. So I started off. Well, the first video I edited, or the first two videos I edited, were on his phone because I used his phone to record. I couldn't figure out the editing, but I was like, I can't leave the editing. We're actually figuring out the editing together. And I was like, I'm like, yes, you are smart. I'll figure this out. So I watched a few tutorials on YouTube, and I was like, let's go with the most basic editing software, which is the Windows editing video editor. So that's where I built up. No. It comes once you have Windows, you have it there. It's like the Windows Photos. So the Windows video editor. So that was the most basic. And then I did that for a few months, and I was like, okay, let me go back to Shortcut. I think initially I downloaded Shortcut because of some videos I'd watched. And I still couldn't get a head or tail of that software. So it's still on my laptop. I haven't gone back to it. But then I discovered another one, and then I stepped it up. And then once I finish editing, I add my music, I save it, then I upload it to my YouTube channel. And my settings are set that once I upload a video, it's automatically on private, not on public. And then I go ahead and do the other things like the thumbnail. I feel like that thing is so much more work than the editing. Thinking about the thumbnail and what's going to be on the thumbnail and getting a nice shot for the thumbnail and the title and what's right in the description. It's work. And I have my friend Nancy who has agreed that part of the upload, and I've heard it from more than one YouTuber, that part of the upload is just, it's like it's more work. So sometimes while the video is saving, for sometimes it takes a while to save.
Yeah.
Then I'm busy working on the thumbnail. By the time the video is uploading, then I can work on the other things like the end screen, the tags and description, all of that. But sometimes I just finish uploading this and I go to bed. Then I when I'm ready to publish the video, then I quickly do all of those things and then publish the video for everyone to watch.
Okay. Since beginners may be watching us, can you mention the new software that you found in case people are searching?
Movavi video editor, but that one is a paid.
Okay.
It's not free like the Windows video editor.
Okay,
but the shortcut is free though, but I still haven't been able to figure it out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yasmin, what's your process like?
So I film on my phone. I think since I started, I've never used anything else apart from my phone.
Okay.
So
Same here.
Unlike AC, I don't enjoy editing on the laptop for some strange reason. So I've edited all my videos with my phone. Every single one of them since I started. I initially started using KineMaster. I used to pay for that. And then now I think Video Guru is what I'm using now because it has more features than the KineMaster, transitions or whatever. Yeah, so that's what I use on my phone. And when I started, I didn't have a ring light, a tripod, a microphone, nothing like that.
Okay.
I think about 8 months or so into the YouTube journey, and my husband bought me the ring light and everything I was lacking. So, like, I think, I don't know, I should have just taken a picture of my setup then when I didn't have all those equipment, because for the sit down videos, I just remembered my introduction video on YouTube. My husband is the one who positioned the camera for me. We had to arrange chairs and books and put the camera, and he was giving me, yes, 1, 2, 3, go. And some annoying guests were passing. We're waiting for we're hoping that the boys will not wake up and spoil the introduction video because it was very early. I think it was around 5:30 a.m. So we wanted to do it quickly before they woke up to spoil everything for us. So it was hectic. But then moving on, I just got a hang of it. Using the KineMaster was, I think, much simpler, but I had to learn how to use the Video Guru as time went on. And then new features also started coming on board, but I enjoy using it. And most times when I have to go to my laptop, the video is already uploaded and I'm checking, maybe putting an end video or something, not really to edit or anything like that. Or if I have to check some things that do not show on my, what's it called, my YouTube app on my phone, I go to my laptop and then check that as well. But apart from that, everything else is on my phone.
Wow. Okay, before we get people confused, what phone are you using? Because people may think you are using the latest iPhone and they have to say that.
No.
So what is the magic?
Since I started, I've been using a Samsung A10s since I started. And this morning, as my husband said, unless the phone says I will not work again, that's when you ask me to change your phone. So, but obviously we are progressing, so I'm sure changes will come. Yeah.
When I started, I was using a Samsung Galaxy S6, I think, or something of the sort. And then it started giving me problems. So it started giving me space issues, I think. So my husband was like, okay, let's buy Samsung, the A series. So this is the A32, I'm not sure. But it's like up there on the A series. Because he was like, the camera quality is great.
Yeah.
So he chose the phone for me based on the camera quality, the back camera, the front camera. So when people say that, when you go for a gathering and people want to take a picture, like, who has an iPhone? I'm like, excuse me, because the Samsung phones have good camera quality, but everybody just has it in their mind that it's only iPhones that take good videos and good pictures. And it's the A series was also quite affordable if you compare it to an iPhone. So that's what I've been using for over a year now.
Wow. I'm so glad we are talking about this because people sometimes get intimidated by the equipment. They think they need like those big cameras, $300 camera or light or this before they can get started. And I also use my phone, but because I do interviews a lot, I use my laptop. And then I use iMovie for editing. So I haven't paid for anything. I actually like my phone more because my phone also gives me better quality than the laptop, but because it's sit down, it's just convenient to just look at the laptop like this and talk. But let's talk about money. People think of YouTube, they think of money. I know a little bit about YASME's, but I don't know about AC. How long did it take you to get 1,000 subscribers? And are you monetized at this moment?
So I started on 1st June 2020. I reached, so you know the monetization, the two requirements to get to monetization is to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I got the subscribers in March, I think at the end of somewhere in, I think March or April 2021. So I was almost 1 year on YouTube when I got to that milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Then it was left with the watch hours. The watch hours, I think I got that by end of June or end July. Because I remember, I think I applied right when I got the notification. I applied for you know how you have to put in an application. So I did all of that. I think that was like early July. And then I didn't get my PIN until, so I think you can only request for a new PIN after, I think 3 weeks or something if you haven't received the PIN they sent out. So I requested for another PIN, but then when I requested for the other PIN, then a week later, the first one I requested for came. And then I inputted everything was complete. So that was probably, I think that was like sometime in August is when I finished everything. So by then, the money had started accumulating, but it was quite heartbreaking because you can open Google AdSense and you see that after all the videos you've uploaded, this video you only earn 0.13 cents. This video, yeah, I said, hey, people said it. And like, I mean, I've heard a lot of YouTubers who are now earning big money on YouTube say that it was after like 1 year or so before they can say that they actually started earning like they're earning money on YouTube. So I didn't get my first paycheck till December 20, the December payout. So that took me 6 months to get to the $100 threshold before I was paid. So right now we don't know when we'll get to the next $100 threshold. In this year, it's to increase and we'll get it faster, you know. Yeah, so that has been my journey so far with the monetization.
Okay, can you go over yours for us as well? How long it took you to get to the 1,000 and if you are monetized at this point?
To be honest, I don't remember when I got the 1K subscribers, but it was sometime last year. I actually don't, I think that I've been on YouTube for a year. I'm not very sure, but yeah. But I'm still not monetized because of the 4,000 watch hours. And honestly speaking, I don't know how many more watch hours I have left because I don't know. I don't want to check. I don't want to be that kind of person who is like, hey, when is it coming? When is it coming? Because I mean, when you even get monetized, right, it takes time before you start making the big money anyway. So I'm just doing it because I want to. So I mean, whenever it happens, yeah, it will happen.
But
that checking thing is really hard when it comes to the views, honestly, because there are times where I just feel so disheartened. I've been feeling that in recent times. I just look at my views, I'm like, Lord, let your hand do something. because I
I mean,
release a video, because now I've gotten to a point where I use a video and I don't want to look at the analytics, like the very summarized analytics in the app, in the YouTube Studio app, like I don't even want to see that. And you know how, like, if the video is doing well, they'll tell you that it's ranked number 1 out of 10 on your channel, whatever. So when you go and you see that the arrow is pointing down, then your heart is broken. Like, like you think that this video, honestly, that thing it's a mind thing where you have to be conscious about, like, just take your mind off the views and everything. Just post, open it, and then just respond to the comments and just leave it. Because it was disheartening for me at a point, because I felt like I started this channel to educate people with my experiences. So a lot of my videos were sit down. But then at a point I realized, when I started doing vlogs little by little, I realized that when I post a vlog, let's say my posting days are Mondays and Thursdays, typically. If I post a vlog on Monday 4 p.m., 24 hours later, I've gotten at least 100 views. Now, when I post sit down video or recipe video, by the time I'm posting again on Thursday, it has not gotten to 100 views. But let me post vlog on Thursday. By 12 hours later or 24 hours later, 100 views. I'm like, people watch that for you.
What's happening in your life?
It's like, so it's like, it's a little disheartened. Like, I'm like, I don't do the sit down video because people are not really watching it. But then if people say that, no, keep doing those ones because they are educational. And even if a lot of people are not going to watch it, there's somebody that is still going to help. If it's a breastfeeding video or something, or a weaning video or something, somebody will watch it and it will help them. Even if it's just one person, you've helped somebody. So that's what gives me the motivation to keep doing those videos. Otherwise, would have turned into vlog channel. But the vlog too is not easy to do vlogs. So we are still making that and the recipes up.
That's great. I mean, I have two things in mind, and I think we are getting to the time now. The first thing is, let's take a moment and thank our husbands, because everybody
there's a people are giving pressure over here. Everything husband.
Please, if you're not married, don't be pressured, okay? Please, you're just
I'm married well. That's true.
Find a man who will help you with YouTube. Bad advice.
You have to find a man who understands the YouTube assignment.
I see that, but
not just YouTube, but whatever aspirations you may have, career-wise or business-wise or something, it's comforting and encouraging when you have their support and then they give you ideas. Because a lot of times I run ideas by him, whether it's an idea for content on my Instagram page or YouTube, I run it by him. He say, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Some of the reels that I've done, or like the TikToks that I've done, it will pop into my head. I'm like, I'll just call him instantly, like, babe, I just thought about this. What do you think? He's like, oh yeah, that'll be good. So then I do it, and he's like, oh yeah, that came out good. So it's very encouraging and motivating to have a partner who supports what you're doing.
Oh. That's so lovely. For me, my husband was like, this thing you are going to do, if only one person will watch it, will you still do it? And he repeated it like 10 times for me to be sure that I'm not going to cry in this house about views. So for me, I can't complain. Like, will you still do it? I was like, Yeah, but let's not just pick one myth we've heard about YouTubers and YouTube in general and then explain to people, because we are hoping that by the end of this conversation, somebody out there will be motivated to start.
So can I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that generally, before anybody gets into the YouTube space, we are made to believe that you need like the best of equipment and stuff like that to be able to bring out like good videos. I'm sure that all of us learned on the job. We had no idea that we could edit or position a camera or whatever, but we researched, we did our background checks, our homework, and we're like, oh, okay, so if you do it this way, if it didn't work the first time, the second time you give it a try. Oh, okay, if I don't have a ring light, I can use natural lights and stuff like that. So like all these things, just don't. I think the last time I told you my mantra for starting this YouTube channel, just press record. Once you get your homework done, just do what you want to do. If it's talking that you're good at, sit behind the camera and just talk. If you want to cook, just do it. Me, I cook on like not every day. If I say that I'm exaggerating, but like I cook a lot of times. So I don't have a problem putting the camera on and showing people how I cook. Everybody's method is different. You understand? And we all learn from each other. So it doesn't, you don't have to be the best at whatever thing that you want to show to the world. Just start it. You'll be corrected along the line and everything like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Issy, what do you add?
I don't, I'm not sure I can think of any myth that I can say that it's a myth. But I think before I started a YouTube channel, I used to see YouTubers as, I don't know if I should say quote unquote big people, like celebrities. But I feel like I will look at you weird if you see me as a celebrity. Like it's just me. I just come and I record washing my vegetables and vlogging or like I'm not like I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but now I watch other YouTubers and I'm like, they are YouTubers like me. And I've met so many other YouTubers and I realize that it's not a big deal. Even though yes, some may be millions and some may be stuck up, have an attitude, whatever. But I feel like for the most part, they are normal human beings. That's their job. It's like go to the bank and you're a banker and that's your job. Like be a regular, just that you have people following you that you don't know, that they love you and they support you, they support your content and everything. But I just feel like they're just regular human. I'm just showing you what we do.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would say.
That's amazing. Thank you. For me, I'll just say that it's in connection with what both of you said. We all have something to share. And sometimes you feel that you are not the best person to share it. But how would you know? Just share whatever you have to share. And then in terms of becoming big, everybody's journey is different. Okay. Just get your expectations right. We've talked enough for you to know that everybody's journey is different. And I know people who say that maybe they can help you get monetized and blah 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 in a short period of time. Okay. But also the real people are working on it and it's taking a year or more to get there. So just know your expectations so that you won't be duped. Because when I started the YouTube channel, I've received several emails of people saying, I can help you do this, I can help you do that, I can help you increase your subscriber. Okay. But it's always coming with a
I don't
fee.
rush the journey to success.
Say that again.
I was saying don't rush the journey to success because you see a lot of big YouTubers out there. Some of them struggle for 2-3 years before suddenly their content suddenly picked up and now they are big out there. And it's like you see somebody who's been like you started YouTube and you're comparing yourself to Jackie Aina or Wodemaya or like they started long ago. And that's why they are, and their consistency is what has gotten them where they are. So just take your time and don't. It's like I feel like a lot of YouTubers now and other YouTubers have been saying it who are they start now they want to blow up. They start now they want to blow up. Like it starts today no. 2 months later, how come my channel is not growing? 6 months later, how come my channel? It's like it's like when you have, like you said, manage your expectations. Just take your time, have the content, put it out, keep improving, keep learning, keep connecting with other people. Maybe your time is 3 months or 3 years down the line. You just need to keep showing up, and giving people what they've been getting on your channel and they've been enjoying on your channel. And I always tell myself that YouTube is so big. Like yes, there are millions of channels on YouTube and there are millions of people who watch YouTube. There are people who will find you. You are not everyone's cup of tea. There are some people who are yet to find you and they'll just broadcast you as if you are their cousin or their sister that they really love, but they just found you somehow they just love you. It may take 3 years, it may take 5 years, it may take 6 years, it may take 1 year, it may
Yeah.
take 2 years, but just be patient and just steady, steady growth. It's not everything that has to be quick, 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 since we're a very quick generation.
Yeah, quick one. Yasmin, do you have final advice for the thriving generation?
Oh, I would say, like from what AC is saying, everything takes time. So you have to have the passion if you want to start the YouTube journey. Because when the views are low, it is your personal drive that will make you get up and go and report something and still post, even when
Yeah.
your previous video had 20 views.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the passion, you cannot continue the journey. You'll be recording for like 6 months, 1 year, be like, hey, babe, this one day it's okay, I cannot continue. But you once you have the passion every day, it's similar to going to like a regular job or anything like that. That some people when they wake up in the morning, it's painful to get ready for work. But if you love what you do, you don't think about how tired or whatever you are, you just get up and then hit the road. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would advise that above anything else, have the passion. When you do your background check, just press record.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's really good. Thank you both so much. And maybe I will just add that whatever it is, just start. Because if you don't start, you won't know whether you succeed or not. You won't know whether you'll be in the 3 months bracket, the 4 months bracket, or the 1 year bracket. You would never know until you start. So get your phone and record. And I'm also using Samsung. Yes, I wanted to mention that. I'm also using Samsung.
Samsung gun.
You see, oh, it's really true. And it's also the A series, and I haven't issues or whatsoever. Like I said, I even prefer the phone to the computer, so you don't have to rush to get cameras or anything. You should probably get a ring light if you live in a place that you don't have good lighting. It would just be good. But I also started with nothing, just the phone. Just the phone. And a friend texted and said, get a tripod, your phone is shaking too much. Like, okay. Yeah, so we all started from somewhere and we are improving, we keep getting better and better at it. So any final words before we conclude this session?
Thank you for having us.
Okay, and then let's conclude. So thank you so much for joining us today, Winging It with AC Taste and Bloom. Thank you so much. If anybody is out there, you want to learn more about motherhood, children, these 2 channels are there for you.
Yeah.
It's fun, but the whole point is that we started and we are here today. I'm just 4 months into it. We have a year and even more into it. So we are here to encourage you. And if you have questions, you can reach out directly to Taste and Bloom. You can reach out directly to Winging It with AC, or you can also leave your comments right here and we will be back to check on them and make sure we respond to your questions. In the meantime, we encourage you to get out there and keep thriving. See you in the next video. Bye.